Hi, my name is Melissa Gordon. This is my husband, Rashawn Gordon. We've been together since 1996. And ever since day one, we've always had German Shorthair Pointers in our lives. I don't think I could live a day without one. We have 15 right now. There's too many to name, so I'm not even going to try. And a house full of puppies. And let me tell you, it gets hectic on some days. It's always been Rashawn's dream to own his own everything.
Kennel.
Kennel. Yes, kennel. So we have Gordon's Gun Dogs, Cubby Busters.
That's the name of our line that we call our dogs, Cubby Busters.
Yep. It's just been a dream, and I wanted to see him have his dream come true. So after 17 years at Prim Valley Casino, I was a security officer and he was a wastewater treatment plant. We gave it up.
I was a treatment plant? I operated a treatment plant.
Whatever. You worked at a treatment plant.
Yes.
And I'm sure it's still standing today without you. But anyways, our good friend Randy Randall invited us down to Arizona, Wilton, Arizona, to try our luck with him. And it's been a blast. We've almost been here a year.
Been a good year.
It has been a good year. Rashawn's goal is to have a training with short hair. He's combined old school with the new school. And I think we came out with a pretty good blend. Wouldn't you say?
I'm very satisfied with the results so far.
I mean, we've been into this game a long time, and Rashawn has stories you wouldn't believe. But you know what? I wouldn't do it over. I would never do it over. He has been one big, huge, loving adventure. He would have to tell you more about what he's been doing. I mean, I've been at his side, but he knows it all.
Melissa, thank you for the kind words.
No problem.
Never could have been possible if it hadn't been for you standing by me and encouraging me for all these years, Melissa. Started Gordon Gun Dogs because this was a passion that I wanted to pursue. I had gun dogs for years, ever since I was a kid. I always wanted to breed and train and work up into guiding. And over the years, I've been fortunate enough where I got to do all that. And when we decided to quit our job and come to Arizona, it was a pretty tough thing to walk away from. We had good, secure jobs. We'd been employed for 17 years. I had worked my way up from a janitor to supervisor, manager, department head, and then ended up taking over the wastewater treatment facility there at Prim Valley. And my wife was a security officer. So we had a pretty secure job, careers, to just walk away and just like throw caution into the wind. But I did this because I believe that I could make a good short hair, a good versatile hunting dog that people would love and appreciate and want as much as I did. So that was my main goal to do. And it wasn't something like I didn't have experience in. Like I said, I've been with dogs since the 80s and worked up to working at a hunting preserve, had some litters, and...
Okay, some of the challenges is, you have to know genetics, you have to know health, you have to know testing, you have to know what the breed has problems with, what you're strong in. You have to know about health, nutrition, pedigrees, what people want, how to run a business, how to train, how to hunt, how to work together. I mean, putting all that stuff together, how hard has it been?
It's been a challenge.
It's been a big challenge. And things that you would take for granted, like you think you know, like, okay, I've hunted my whole entire life. I've hunted with dogs my whole entire life. Sometimes that's even difficult. There's definitely, I've learned a lot this last year, and I'm still learning. And I think the one thing that people who fail at this, and even though they may look decent on the books, I think when we close ourselves off to where we're in a position where we think that we can't learn anything else, that's our biggest weakness. And I'm glad that I could actually step back and say, hey, something's not right here, or this could be better. We need to improve on this. And, hopefully things that we do to make things better, to improve, hopefully they pay off. And then, if not, we're going to have a plan C and a plan D and a plan E and so on and so on.
I swear we've already been through half the alphabet.
So for the future, you're going to continue to guide, probably not going to rely on that money as much. Puppies and training. I mean, that's probably where the money is probably not going to come in from these YouTube channels.
You never know.
But you guys are well liked, extremely well liked. You have a goal. You're breeding the right kind of dogs. After you get established down here and get things going where you have more word of mouth, the short hairs are getting more popular. People want them, and you guys are just going to keep on ticking. You have to remember that the average kennel lasts for 5 years.
I can't believe it lasts 5 minutes.
Okay, so you covered the past, your goals, where you're at now, the dogs, and the future. So that was a good interview. You guys did a good job. People should like it. Thank you. That was a good day of kennel talk.
Thank you, Randy.
No problem. I'm here to help.
Woohoo.
Okay, so you've had a year underneath your belt, under your belt. What are some areas that you think might help, like a website, maybe some office stuff? What areas do you think that would help your business that you could work on, or you might need?
Well, a website could definitely be beneficial. After my experiences that I experienced that kind of crushed my hopes and ambitions, I've spent the last probably month and a half going out and researching and talking to people through social media, people I never even knew existed, and taking a survey and basically wanting to figure out what it is that the average person wants and looking for when they buy a dog. So that way it gave me a strategy and a new marketing standpoint.
So tell us about what dogs you're going to breed. How are you going to meet those?
Well, originally I wanted to breed dogs to fit almost everybody's need. A field trial type of dog, a regular hunting dog, a versatile bred dog, a family dog, just something for everybody. Kind of like a rainbow kennel, just everything's there. But after working with some of the dogs of different lines and seeing other people's dogs and videos and everything, I hate to say this, but I kind of really end up getting a dislike for field trial dogs. So I decided to stay away from that and concentrate on breeding just a perfect all-round, general purpose, versatile family hunting dog. And that's what we're breeding now. I want a dog that requires little training, has strong natural ability and drive, that can also be in the house, on the couch, and just be loved by the family and return that love.
And you have those dogs. So what dogs, tell us about your breeding dogs.
Well, right now we have a few male dogs that we're using for stud. That would be Ruger and Scout. We have a couple of young dogs that are coming up, and that would be Randy and Jake. Both of them are good looking young males. And then our females that we have, we've bred to Riley, Sandy, Annie, and Callie. And I have a couple other females, Sully, Ripley. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it for our breeding females, that we're going to be using them as they, get older and develop. And that's pretty much our, those dogs.
So just take one dog, just for time's sake. We'll take one dog, Sandy. Tell us, you don't have to give us the exact dollar amount, but tell us what you had to do to get that dog and why you picked that dog. People get an idea of what it takes to, get a female for a breeding program.
When it was all said and done, I was into Sandy right around, I'm going to say about close to $3,000, give or take some. It may have been a little bit more, may have been a little less. I can't quite really remember right now, but she was an expensive dog. But she came from very good bloodlines. She has been an unbelievable dog. She's met every expectation and then some that I had. You want to add anything to that, Melissa?
Yeah, she's spoiled. She loves her mama too.
She's I don't know what else to say about her.
She's awesome. She's like a vacuum. You put her in a field, she's going to find your birds.
She like the water?
She loves the water. She's a fish.
So Melissa, now you run a big part of the kennel. The daily part of running a kennel, how tough is it?
A lot of poop to pick up. I'm not going to lie. That takes a majority of your time.
Okay, cleaning up, keeping track of the dogs, taking care of the puppies,
make sure
taking
they get
care of the litters, making
proper,
everybody's got the right food.
Proper nutrition, making sure the puppies stay healthy, warm. Because that's a big part of your business is those puppies.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to buy a skinny little puppy that looks like you've beaten it. It doesn't go well. So there's a lot of time and effort in the dogs. Everything from cleanup to feeding to exercise. If you don't exercise these dogs, you have to.
Because physically and mental.
Yes, especially mental. I mean, these guys were born to hunt. They weren't born to sit on a couch and veg.
So what surprises has this adventure thrown you?
Me?
Yeah.
I thought that I would go from a regular job. I worked and I came home and took care of the dogs. I thought I'd have more free time, and I don't.
So did I!
When Rashad said I'd be working half days, he did not tell me it would be 12 out of 24.
I didn't know that either. I learned the hard way.
There's just no picking up and going shopping. You always have to keep the dogs in mind. It's like children. You just can't.
Now, speaking of children, now you guys have had a couple of workers. How's that worked out?
Not very.
Not very good.
No.
It's hard to get a person to want to commit to what's needed to run a kennel.
It's hard work, and they don't see it like that. They don't see it like we do. They don't have the dedication. You have to have dedication to be into this, and they don't.
Right. So when you get a worker and you think they're going to share your dream and they're going to share your passion and they're going to have your work ethic, and that's really going to move the kennel forward in training and development, it's just not really the case, is it?
No, it's hard to find youth today.
Right.
Or anyone today that has that type of day. Running a kennel compared to, say, working in wastewater or landscaping or road construction, which I all have experience in, running a kennel has been the hardest job that I have had. It has had a lot of rewards, and the physical labor may not be as intense as, say, working on the roads or landscaping, but
Yeah, there's no
the mental-
holidays. There's
the
no
mental-
holidays with this.
the mental stuff involved, it's time consuming. There's a lot of sacrifice,
Yes.
and I'm not trying to discourage people who are thinking about getting into breeding, but that's the reality. And like I said, I've done it before, but not as a full-time deal. I thought I knew what it was going to be like. And like I said, I set our business up to where we weren't relying on just one form of income. And even with that, even with the backup plan to the backup plan, I needed another backup plan.
You think you could do it without each other?
No. We're definitely Team Gordon.
Yeah, it's 7 days a week, 24 hours a day.